So, in part 1, I gave a bit of an intro about what lowering of standards is about through hyperintelligence, and also a bit about how Vijay grew up in a protected Nepo kid environment whereby your parents are VIPs and your career pathway in life is all beautifully arranged, unlike others who have to struggle for every step. However, many other Nepo kids did not succeed. You must remember that, except for a few, for example, Simbu, right? So that shows that you still need some, if not talent, at least discipline and persistence, right? Vijay has a lot of that and some luck as well. After a few duds in the beginning, some good directors managed to make him into something, and then he sort of navigated from there. So, when I earlier mentioned about the Japanese example or any traditional success examples of working harder than everybody else and setting higher standards, the peak of the generation which started from MGR and Shivaji would be Rajini and Kamal, where they worked their bums off and went not only in Kollywood but they set their mark or put their mark in all the regional states, south states like Kerala, Karnataka, and so on, and also went all the way up to Bollywood. Mumbai or Bombay, where they did well in Bollywood films as well. Kamal Hassan, for example, Ek Tujhe Ke Liye, and Rajinikanth, for example, Anda Kanon with Amitabh Bachchan. So they went all the way, all out. But if you see Vijay and Ajith, that's where you see the change. When I say hyper capitalism or the success of capitalism, they quickly started to realize that they don't have to torture themselves so much. They don't have to, like Kamal, contort the body, make up everything, or like Rajini, work so hard, doing all these commercial films, everything, going to until Hollywood. Rajini went, you all know, Hollywood film one, right? So they realized that if they were skillful at maneuvering or controlling the fans, that means you don't have to make a lot of effort. Just design a film in a way that create hysteria among the fans, right? You don't need to have an extremely unique story, no. You don't need to put extremely special makeup, no. You don't have to even go to extremely harsh environments, maybe except for the Switzerland, running around trees and so on. So with all this kind of maneuvering, you have a big group of fans, so whatever rubbish you put out, they will have a minimum guarantee of profit at the box office. So the culture of putting out rubbish became more and more propagated, right? And the key beneficiaries here is Vijay and Ajith. Of course, Ajith at the later stage started to have some guilt consciousness about what's happening and how these youth, on one side, the government itself is allowing alcohol to be sold at the street and destroying the Tamil youth in one way, and on the other side, all the Kollywood heroes who are marketing smoking, violence, alcohol, hero worship, and indisciplined culture of indiscipline. It means a culture without discipline, where the theatre is destroyed and all these things happening, and they kept quiet because this brings them a lot of money. You see them driving Rolls Royce and Porsches and all that. You might see them here and there do charity, which is a lot of about for critics they would say it's all about the media attention of the so-called charity. We only saw Vijay obviously doing charity after his interest in politics, and Ajith some news here and there and so on, but they are driving their sports cars in racetracks or riding around in their Rolls Royce and getting into trouble, taxations and so on. And so one of the things that was said is that for a celebrity, being in politics is oftentimes the safest way to avoid any income tax guys from going after you, because if you go after a politician, later if he comes to power, then you're in trouble. So yeah, these kinds of things exist too. So that's the sad state of culture. And Ajith and Vijay, after driving Kollywood to these depths, have caused, I would hypothesize, to make Kollywood last now. Sandalwood is better with Kantara, KGF, alright. Telugu films Bahubali also good. So they brought that down. So what about in politics now? Two of